Good evening. You're with Blueprint Exclusive. I'm Gopal Krishna. Now, the top story that we're tracking at this hour. PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti making a shocking remark, virtually justifying youth picking up arms and joining terror ranks in the valley. In a press conference today, Mehbooba Mufti claimed that the youth in Jammu and Kashmir had only two options: either pick up arms or languish in jail. This remark is another in the list of the Gupkar gang's repeated attacks against the Indian state, leaving India completely outraged.
माहौल खराब किया जा रहा है कि हम जैसे लोग जो वहाँ लोग रहते हैं उनका रहना भी मुश्किल हो गया है। इतनी मिलिटेंसी बढ़ गई है इनके वक्त में। ये कहते थे मिलिटेंसी खत्म हो गई है। आज एक एक गांव से 10-10, 15-15 लड़के एक साथ चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि आपने जो एक आवाज थी तमाम आवाजों को बंद कर दिया है। आपने लोगों के पास कोई रास्ता ही नहीं छोड़ा है, बीच का रास्ता ही नहीं छोड़ा है। लड़का सोचता है या तो मुझे जेल जाना है या बंदूक उठानी है, तो अच्छा है मैं बंदूक उठाऊं तो मैं मर जाऊं, वो ज्यादा बेहतर है जेल जाने से, क्योंकि बात नहीं करने देते आप किसी को। जम्मू के लोगों का दम घुट रहा है जिस तरह कश्मीर के लोगों का दम घुट रहा है।
So that's a very shocking remark coming in from a person who has occupied the highest seat of political power in the state, that of the chief minister. A person such as a former chief minister virtually justifying the picking up of a gun by youth in Jammu and Kashmir is something that the BJP has responded very sharply to. They say that Mehbooba Mufti is justifying terror. Let's quickly take this across now to BJP spokesperson Gopal Agarwal, who's joining us. Gopal Agarwal, how do you respond to these charges of Mehbooba Mufti? Because she is a person who has been chief minister of the state. She is virtually accusing the BJP of creating a situation where youth have no other path but for terror.
No, Madhav, the only problem with these people in this Mufti family and this for Abdullah family in Kashmir is that they are with the abrogation of Article 370, their business interests, their financial interests have been completely subverted. They were usurping all the land. They were usurping the financial support which the center was providing to the states, and with abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, they found that their financial and business and economic interests are completely at loss.
Okay.
So this is the only thing. And the thing is also that they are, for their local politics, even not hesitating to go to the anti-national level. This is what they want to do with the nation. Are they answerable to the democratic process? Are they answerable to the constitution? Do they consider themselves answerable to the parliament?
Okay.
Everywhere there is a clear-cut roadmap on Article 370, but Congress and their
Let me
cronies...
get a response to that. Let me get a response from Majid Haidri. He's joining us. Waqar Bhati also joining us on the broadcast over here. Majid Haidri, simple question. That if you believe in the constitution, if you believe in rule of law, surely you cannot be sending out a message that the youth have no option but to pick up the gun. And that is what is so shocking about what the chief minister is saying. Now, you may have, all sorts of reasons to believe that the situation is difficult, that the BJP has acted in a particular way. Political allegations are one thing, but what is virtually happening with Mehbooba Mufti's statement is a justification of terror. Surely this cannot be condemned enough.
See, I don't think that it's a justification by Mehbooba Mufti. I look at it that the kind of saffron which we have across the country, the youth are either going to pick up guns or they are taking to drugs. And then as with regard to Bollywood, let me tell you the kind of witch hunt you have in Bollywood nowadays.
Now you've taken this to another level. Mehbooba Mufti said pick up guns or go to jail. You're saying pick up guns, go to jail, or you do drugs. Come on. Majid Haidri, please, let's be a little serious. Surely there are options within the framework of the constitution which can be exercised by youth or political activists anywhere.
He was put to witch hunt. So that kind of an element we are now having in the society just because of the 6 years of this governance. I apprehend that not only Kashmir militancy, you may have a Bollywood militancy.
Bollywood militancy next. Wow, that's a new one. I don't think anyone said that before. Next, Majid Haidri, please. I mean, you have to be little reasonable in what you're saying. Anyway, since you've made these allegations, I'm going to let the BJP spokesperson respond to that. Yes, Gopal Agarwal.
The thing is, what Kashmir or Bollywood have in relation together. The issue is Jammu Kashmir, you had Article 370 and 35A for almost 65 years. Was there any kind of peace and the youth was not alienated?
This is really pathetic. Sir,
So the thing is, what
Indians?
Mufti
You said why you are comparing Kashmiris with Bollywood heroes because they are not supposed to be
Mehbooba
Indians?
Mufti, what
that your
Congress
argument, sir?
today, Congress spokesperson from Jammu Kashmir said that we will ask Joe Biden. So the thing is that you are talking in completely anti-national tones. You are asking for China to interfere. You are asking support from Pakistan.
Sir, nobody
You are,
wants China to interfere. China has already infiltrated into Indian territory. You
And
must be
are
knowing
you
it better than me.
provoking by this
No, but
statement?
Majid Hydari
Are
is
you
referring to
provoking
Farooq.
you
One
to
second,
do
one
this?
second. Majid Hydari, 1 second. Majid Hydari, one day Farooq Abdullah says we would be more happy with China. Today you have Mehbooba Mufti coming and saying we should talk to Pakistan. Clearly the attempt of all of these leaders is to try and make headlines in the run-up to the elections where they're all fighting together. They've realized that the boycott of the political process was perhaps counterproductive for them. And that's why perhaps for political reasons are making one controversial statement after another controversial statement after another controversial statement.
And
Why
they
don't you respond to it or look at it that way, Majid
To
Hydari?
make these controversial statements just ahead of Bihar elections. So if there is one
They
kind
know
of a
that they
manipulation
are-
and understanding, there is also an understanding between these
They
politics
are
and BJP.
not having any lost their political relevance in Jammu Kashmir politics. So they have lost their economic interest. They have lost their political
Sir, it is BJP
relevance.
which is
and now
allowed them to do
therefore
so.
to
There is a
attract
fixed match.
for,
There is a fixed match
for
between
to
BJP
certain
and these
extent
parties
they're
as well.
talking about foreign
BJP
support
has
for
been
their
the ally of
this
PDP,
kind of
BJP has been
anti-national
the ally of
activity.
National Congress, National Conference. So what is new?
Okay, it's a
They are
fixed
all
match
in an
between BJP and these
understanding
parties.
and
It's a
fixed
fixed
match
match.
between all these
It's a
entities.
fixed match. Let me bring in Waqar as Bhati. Waqar Bhati, do you think that it is, as a responsible political leader, Mehbooba Mufti has made a correct statement today? Because many are saying, leave alone the BJP and other political parties, but as a person who has been an elected leader, the message that goes out when a former chief minister says this is that it's okay to pick up the gun. And that's what makes this statement so controversial, Waqar Bhati.
जी सर, जहां तक अगर आप महबूबा मुफ्ती की स्टेटमेंट की बात करेंगे तो मैं महबूबा मुफ्ती से पहले के हालात, अगर आप 32 साल के हालात के ऊपर नजर मारेंगे तो हर वक्त जम्मू कश्मीर के जो नौजवान हैं जिन्होंने हथियार उठाया, वो उन्होंने खुशी से हथियार नहीं उठाया, उसको मजबूर किया गया, उसको मजबूर हिंदुस्तान की हुकूमतों ने किया, उसको मजबूर जम्मू कश्मीर के उनको इतना मजबूर किया।
जवाब दीजिए, ये कह रहे हैं कि किसने मजबूर किया? पाकिस्तान ने स्पॉन्सर नहीं किया टेरर।
सर
क्या पाकिस्तान का कोई रोल नहीं रहा है इसमें टेरर स्पॉन्सर करने में?
सर एक बात बताइए, अगर आपका घर अच्छा हो, पड़ोस वाला, अगर आपके घर में कमी है तो पड़ोस वाला तभी इंटरफेयर करेगा कि आपके घर में कमजोरी है।
अरे तो कमी तो आप कमी को हटाया जब गया, 370 धारा ही तो प्रॉब्लम थी जम्मू कश्मीर की। 35 है और 370 वहाँ की समस्या थी। हमारा संविधान उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट करता था और उसको हटा लिया गया।
बाद में कौन सा गन किसी ने उठाया? मुझे बताइए, अगर 35 है, 35 है और 370 की वजह से प्रॉब्लम थी कि गन नौजवान उठा रहा था, उसके बाद अभी गन नहीं कोई उठा रहा क्या? हालात बेहतर हो गए क्या? कोई गन उठा नहीं रहा क्या? नौजवानों की किलिंग्स नहीं हो रही है कश्मीर?
रिस्टोर हो गई है और आज 65 साल से जो समस्या 370 के कारण हो रही थी उसको खत्म करके अब नए रास्ते पे डेमोक्रेटिक
ये आपकी एक वोट पॉलिटिक्स है। आप बिहार हारेंगे इंशाल्लाह। आप बिहार हार रहे हैं। आप 370 के बाद पहली बार बिहार चुनाव में जा रहे हैं और बिहार बुरी तरीके से हार रहे हैं। आपको आगे देखें क्या होता है। जैसे आपके ट्रम्प चाचा हारे हैं ना, ऐसे आपके नरेंद्र मोदी अब्बा भी हारेंगे। और याद रखें मिस्टर, याद रखें बीजेपी के लोग और बीजेपी के सपोर्टर।
We are not discussing, Mr. Bhati, we are not discussing Bihar elections. Please calm down. We are not discussing Bihar at all. I understand it's a very important subject, but we will discuss that separately. Simple question that is being asked, Mr. Bhati, is this: that why do politicians have to make such provocative statements? It is as it is a very sensitive situation in Jammu and Kashmir by provoking youth to pick up the gun. Isn't this highly irresponsible, Mr. Bhati? Why don't you condemn that?
हिंदुस्तान जान ले मैं महबूबा का प्रवक्ता नहीं हूं, लेकिन ये तब तक होता रहेगा जब तक मसले कश्मीर का हल आप लोग नहीं निकालेंगे। तक मसला कश्मीर कश्मीर के अवाम के राय के मुताबिक नहीं हल होगा, तब तक यह गन और खून खराबा होता रहेगा।
ये आप प्रोवोक कर रहे हैं, आप धमकी दे रहे हैं क्या? आपने तो पहले भी धमकी दी थी।
हकीकत से आपका सामना करवा रहा हूँ, हकीकत का सामना कीजिए, हकीकत का सामना कीजिए। जम्मू कश्मीर की आवाम तब तक आपका पीछा नहीं छोड़ेगी जब तक आप मसले कश्मीर को हल नहीं करेंगे, जब तक आप मसले कश्मीर को हल नहीं करेंगे। ये पाकिस्तान भी जब मान ले और हिंदुस्तान की हुकूमतें भी मान ले।
वकार भाटी जी, आप जो कह रहे हैं उसको दूसरा नजरिया भी है देखने का, और दूसरा नजरिया ये है कि जब तक लोग वायलेंस को पूरी तरह से अब्जॉर्ब नहीं करेंगे तब तक इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम रहेगी। I want to bring in Majid Hydari. Majid Hydari, it's very easy to come out and say that she is not promoting violence, but she is a person who has been the chief minister. When she comes out and says this, whether she believes it's a reflection of the situation on ground or not, end of the day, it is a former chief minister saying that the youth have no other option, and that is nothing but promotion or justification of terror.
Madhav, nobody is happy to pick up gun. I would say if you say, let's assume that Pakistan is behind this Pakistan-sponsored terror, but government of India has been the catalyst for this militancy in Jammu and Kashmir. Because government of India over the years couldn't create a conducive environment where you would make youth find the happiness, the hope in life.
Can you explain, Majid Hydari, why we see several situations of youth surrendering to the armed forces because there's propaganda of forces being very brutal with citizens? Obviously, if that was the case, you would not have seen youth surrendering like they are today.
Those are the exceptional cases. Why is that not the general perception?
Those are exceptions.
This mass conversion.
They shouldn't be converted. They should not be believed at all because there are exceptions.
Mufti, Mehbooba Mufti, or those who are doing separatist activity in Jammu and Kashmir, their own sons, daughters, etc., are safely studying in foreign countries.
Mehbooba Mufti was your leader for 3 years. Umar Abdullah was your minister. You first groomed Umar Abdullah as being the cabinet minister in the union government that time. You have created all this.
Yes.
BJP is essentially responsible for the first.
You
released Azhar Masood, you sent into Qatar, you gave him a special escort.
Will you denounce Farooq Abdullah or Mehbooba Mufti now?
Sir, will you denounce the release of Azhar
now
Masood?
taken an anti-national
Will you denounce having allied with Dr. Farooq?
All right, we have Shahzad Purewal also joining us on the broadcast. Shahzad, Majid Hydari and Mr. Waqar Bhati would have us believe that no, this is not a justification of terror at all. They are only reflecting the situation on ground. How do you respond to that charge coming in from Majid Hydari?
Well, this is once again the Gupkar gang resorting to Gaddari. You see, Madhav, the situation in Jammu Kashmir is that the distance between Lal Killa and Lal Chowk is decreasing after the abrogation of Article 370. The youth of Kashmir are having faith in Indian army and in Indian government, and instead of allowing that process of healing to go on, instead of supporting the place where terrorists are now surrendering, these people want to incite the youth of Jammu Kashmir so that they can win a few votes and win a few elections, and they're reading out of the script of Pakistan. Look at the statements that have come from the Gupkar gang. Just a few days ago, they wanted Chinese intervention. They were saying that Jammu Kashmiri people don't feel like Indians. They want Chinese rule to come in. They wanted Chinese intervention to reimpose 370. Actually, it is not a battle to reimpose special status. It is to get the special status for the two families of Jammu Kashmir who have lost complete political relevance in Jammu Kashmir. It is a battle to incite the people of Jammu Kashmir onto the path of Algawad and Atankwad once again. Because the
Chinese army
Jammu
sitting in
Kashmiris are
Ladakh,
going on the path of Vikaswad.
Tiananmen Square is only a stone's throw away now.
You are a liar.
I can't hear.
His allegation is that even China is becoming closer to Lal Chowk. That's his charge after abrogation of Article 370.
Yes, Tiananmen Square is just next to Lal
Okay, you
Chowk
asked a
now.
question. Let him respond.
No, I can't hear you too well. I cannot hear what Majid Hydari is saying, but obviously he will like to parrot the Chinese and the Pakistani line alternatively. My question to Majid Hydari is, why is the Gupkar gang reading out of the manual of anti-nationals? Why is it that on every issue, their stand is one that supports Pakistani or Chinese narrative? Why is it that you want to back away from the Tiranga? You want to boycott the Tiranga? when there is a Tiranga wave inside Jammu Kashmir, then you want to justify terrorism in one way or the other. In the previous Haftar also, Mehbooba Mufti wanted to say Burhan Wani was an innocent boy, that the stone pelters of Jammu Kashmir deserve amnesty. Every time you stand against the forces, you stand against India, and you stand in favor of Pakistan. Now by saying this statement, you're giving a clean chit to Pakistan. Are you saying that terrorism is because of issues in India or because Pakistan is sponsoring it?
Respond to that,
The kind of governance we have in the country for the last 6 years is providing a catalyst atmosphere for militancy. You may soon have the kind of NCP raids in Bollywood. You may have soon militancy in Bollywood also. What are you talking about here?
Come on, Majid Hydari, be reasonable. Be logical in what you're saying. You've already made that ridiculous remark. Don't repeat yourself often, time and again. We have a problem that there are enough mechanisms within the rest of India where people can go, approach the courts, approach the police and get justice for any issue where they feel that they have been wronged. Unfortunately, in Jammu and Kashmir, here you have political leaders who are playing the role of inciting citizens, inciting youth. That does not happen anywhere else in the country, Majid Hydari.
No, all political leaders were groomed by BJP. Umar Abdullah was first given the ministry by BJP. Today he did it again. Mehbooba Mufti was the leader of BJP. Sajjad Lone was the younger brother of BJP. Now what is this all?
Okay, granted. Majid Hydari, granted. Will you then condemn what they are saying today? Will you at least then condemn what they are saying today, Majid Hydari? Granted, I will accept your point. Yes, they were in government with the BJP. But do you condemn their wrong statements? That's the question that you are not answering. You are running away from that question, Majid Hydari. You are not answering that question. They may have been with the BJP in alliance in the past. That's public knowledge. Do you condemn the statements of today is the question I'm asking you.
If BJP confesses that they have done the wrongs, I'll condemn everything
Come
what
on,
BJP
this is the problem. This is the problem. Two wrongs don't make a right, sir. If there have been wrongs in the past, we should call all of them out. But these kind of statements coming in from a political leader who has been chief minister is absolutely unjustifiable.
No, these are not unjustified. She has the right to speak. It is her constitutional and legal right to speak so.
Only door open for youth is terror.
She has
only youth open, only role youth can play by picking up the gun.
You and me.
That's a perfectly fine statement. There's no rule of law anyway. Let's all pick up the gun. Wonderful.
No, it's not like that. But the way
of course, that's what she said,
done in the country
and that's what you're justifying on national television.
Kind of a situation.
That's exactly what she said, and that's exactly what you're justifying. And Mr. Bhatia also is justifying.
We may be taken to that kind of a situation because the kind of scary situation we have in the country for the liberals, seculars, everybody, from Kashmiris to Bollywood. So there is an apprehension.
Okay, Gopal Agarwal wants to respond. Gopal Agarwal.
Cross-border terror. The youth are being, development is taking place. Democratic process is being restored. A corruption act like Roshni Act, which was grabbing the land, have been purged down. So this is the way the process of normalization, democratization, development, etc. will take. The problem of 370 abrogation, politically you may have different, but our constitution says that this was a temporary clause that has to be removed.
All right, gentlemen, we're completely out of time on this debate. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us, Gopal Agarwal as well as Majid Hydari, Shehzad Poonawala and Waqar Bhati. Thanks to all of you for joining us on the debate. We're going to slip into a quick break now. More updates in just a few minutes.